My name is Barry Pinsky. I'm 61. Was born in Minnesota. I've been out here since I was like 24, 25 in New England. And I've been a professional wood sculptor my entire adult life. I started working on a wood lathe with my grandfather when I was 6 or 7 years old, believe it or not. My grandpa fell off some scaffolding and became disabled a little bit, walked with a cane. He's quite a bit older already. My dad is the youngest in the family, so my grandpa was like an older grandpa at the time. So I started working on a wood lathe as a kid. And I've just always had a creative side. It's not the easiest thing to do, and maybe not the smartest thing to do, but I think it's very rewarding. And as far as the chainsaw carving goes, I've been a pioneer in the craft of chainsaw carving. Done a lot of things with it, including winning contests as a kid, producing my own events as a young man, helping other people produce events, and then still producing events today. I produce a Big Buzz Chainsaw Carving Festival. Happens every Columbus Day weekend up here. My most famous art collector is Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. He grew up in Sunapee. So I actually have work at his house in Sunapee, and then a lot of work in Marshfield, Mass. So I worked for him for about 12 years. I met him at the flower show in Boston. All of the Aerosmith band members have my work, for instance, and Minneapolis Motion Picture and Film Board gave a piece that I made to Prince back in the day. That was in the early 80s, so if you walk into Paisley Park Museum, right when you walk in, there's a sculpture that I made. And then this guy, Jay, came by and bought a bear from me, and we were talking, and he wrote the check. It turns out that Jay ran the Vatican Bank, so that's pretty interesting. So, and then I have just, regular people that want a memory from a vacation. With respect to art, the nice thing about chainsaw carving, which it's good and bad because a lot of people really make crappy chainsaw carvings. People don't expect them to be so good because a chainsaw is like this rough tool. But I'm able to do finer work and detail-oriented work. Chainsaws lend themselves to fur and feathers, and it happens relatively fast. So with respect to producing a product, my materials I get for pretty much free. People give away pine all the time because they don't want to burn it and they can't sell it to a sawmill, so I get pretty much free wood. I've got a truck with a crane on it that I can go get my wood. I've got hydraulic chainsaws that don't make any noise. I'm not driving my neighbors crazy when I'm working. If I'm busy with customers during the day, I can work in my shop at night. If you sell out of galleries, they get 40, 50%. I think it's worth it because they got to pay rent, and if you can get really represented, it's really worth it. But with respect to that, it takes away your margins. So I've been lucky that I'm on a busy flyway here with people going back and forth to their second homes or skiing in the winter, and the lakes around here, and tourists. So when they drive up and drive back, they end up pulling in here, and then, I mean, one guy came in here one day and said, I can't take it anymore, I have to buy something. I've been driving by here for years. So what I've been able to do is kind of dumb down these aspects of business that artists might think they have to do. You know, you have to make this great work. You got to put all this time into it. It has to be super significant. You have to find a gallery. They represent you. You get press, and then you sell it for X amount of dollars. It's like, some people do that, but what are you going to do, you know, between the money coming in? So I live, work, and sell right out of my same location. And then by putting stuff out on the road, people see it, they like it, they come in, and then, you know, people have an idea of what things cost. I have a price on it, and then we make a deal. Part of me wishes I was more like Jeff Koons or someone like that, you know, can hold out long enough to sell things for $100,000 or whatever, but that's a different game. I make wood carvings. A lot of them stay outside, a lot of them rot. So it's like, but I think I have done significant work, which makes me happy. But you know, we all need to pay our bills, and many people choose an easier route to do that, and they know they're going to get paid on Friday, and give up their creative aspirations, you know, at the point when they get married or whenever they have to get serious about life. I think that when you're a kid, your naivety project you forward just on sheer naivety and will and just trying things. And when you get older, you have true life lessons that you can apply. So I think that the difficulty is to maintain the energy and the passion, especially if you have, you know, financial success and then don't need to push yourself. So, but I'm hoping that I can do more significant things with respect to art yet.